We, as the people in this country, we have a right to stand up and protest peacefully to allow and ensure that our voices be heard. It's time for them to understand and know that we understand the Declaration of Independence and that they are not doing their jobs, they are not keeping us safe, and they do not care about us, not one bit. The people that everyone in this country has put in office cares more about every other country and every other citizen around the world than they do us. And we've been letting them get away with it time and time again, year after year. Now, here we are again, this new spending bill. So everything that we have to live everyday life, guess what? It's going up again. People already can't afford to live in this country. That is sad. And here once again, more money going to Ukraine and everywhere. It's time, people. It's time, man. The Declaration of Independence gives us the right to do it, says that we can do it. It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government. It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government.
It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government.
Shalom to the elect of Israel. Started with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each tribe, which consists of the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics or Latinos, so-called Native American Indians, and you Israelite foreigners, Hebrew Israelites who are scattered among all other nations, looking like the other nations and speaking their tongues. Shalom to all of you. Before we get started with this lesson, let's face the east and let's give the much due all phrases, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, Halalyam, NAWA, HAYA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to you, sincere Akim, that's laboring in the works. Shalom to you believers, to the Akim YAHAWAH, which will be your brothers, and a few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth, listening and learning in silence as the scriptures say so. I'm your brother Manazar, representing warriors for YAHAWASHI, Pasadena, Texas branch. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying and playing upon the tables. Alright, it's going to be a response to the Hopeful Elect 3, a video he uploaded. They shall not regard their kings or princes. Alright, civil war will come to America. Alright, it will come. Let's see. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8 in the KJV. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. We are definitely not in a time of love. Love don't live here in America. Like YAHAWASHI said, like he prophesied in Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, right? In the KJV. Red lettering, meaning the Messiah is speaking here. He prophesied. All right, and his real name is YAHAWASHI, Hamashiach, YAHAWASHI. He saves, he delivers. Jesus just being earth pig. All right, we in an age of information. Being ignorant is a choice. Do some damn research. Use your smartphone for something like learning, true wisdom and knowledge, instead of using it for vain bullshit like your next content for TikTok and Instagram. But anywho, you get the point here, right? His real name is YAHAWASHI, and he prophesied here in Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, KJV. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? Iniquity right? Wickedness. Because wickedness shall abound, increase, the love of most will grow cold, will wax cold. In the last days, people will become more and more cold-hearted, right? Without natural human affection, friendly, right? People are going to be cold-hearted. They're going to be like psychos towards one another. So we're definitely not a time of love, all right? We're in a time of what? Hate, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8 again. A time to love and a time to hate. And a time of war and a time of peace. We're definitely not in a time of peace or love. We're in a time of hate and war. Like it says in the book of Matthew chapter 24, right? Verse 6 and 7 and 8, right? You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Verse 7, nation shall rise against nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's happening right now, right? So we're in a time of war, right? We're definitely hearing about World War III a lot more than World War III was mentioned or talked about very loosely 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, all right? Especially Civil War, all right? Let's get Second Ezra chapter 15, 14 to 19. The book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14 through 19. The KJV Apocrypha. Woe, right? Destruction to the world and them that dwell in it, right? The people of this world, right? You are doomed, right? You mundane, right? Mundane. Mundane, right? All right, you see right here for the word mundane, the etymology of this world, worldly, right? So the people of this world, right? You are doomed. You 2/3, you are doomed. You're Israelites who don't want to repent and get right. You are doomed. Men, women, children, young and old. And everyone else here of the world, especially here in America. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So the war that's going to kill a lot of people, even 2/3 of our nation, is very near. This lifetime, this generation are going to die in civil war. The wars that's going to be happening here in America and worldwide, especially World War III too, right? And your other nations too, especially here in America. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Think of Civil War, for an example, right? A people of a particular nation rising against another group of nations, right? Race wars, riot wars. A group of people going against another group of people. Bloods versus Crips. Neanderthal versus Latin King versus Brim and Praru. Homosexuals versus heterosexuals. The unjuiced versus the juice. And the list goes on, right? Just a bunch of mundanes, a bunch of Babylonians going against each other, right? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, right? There's going to be rioting among people. There's going to be disobedience among people, resistance among people, disobedience, civil unrest, and etc. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard, right? Respect, take into consideration of, who is who, right? They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Their kings, right? The very rulers of these mundanes, right? Let's say who the wicked elites have as their puppets, like the presidents, vice presidents, your mayors, your governors, right? Nor princes. Let's say your law enforcement officers, right? These modern day slave patrol officers, aka police officers, aka sheriffs, deputies, and etc. Those supposed to enforce the wicked elites' unrighteous decrees, right? People ain't going to regard them anymore. And there's already videos being uploaded on a daily. People are literally fighting back against cops, these fucking pigs, these modern day slave patrol officers. People are not regarding them anymore, man. The people, the average people, are not regarding their so-called leaders. And it's going to get a lot worse in civil war when all hell breaks loose. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The people, the average American, are going to take matters into their own hands. They're not going to care, respect about their government, who's in power. They're going to take matters into their own hands, doing what they think, what they believe, what they feel is best for the people. And it's going to get so bad out here, right? Verse 17, a man shall desire, right? Craving, desiring, longing, right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why is that? For an example, right? One of many examples of why people will desire to go into a city shall not be able to, right? Of course, chaos, this place looking like a damn war zone, all hell breaking loose, martial law, and etc., right? Ordo ab chaos, which is Latin for order out of chaos. By form bringing in the martial law, right? So the wicked elites of the society can bring in the MOTB, right? But also because of quarantine camps, it's going to be another lockdown, right? Free access to be able to travel, it's going to be taken away. I think verse 10. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 10 in the KJV. The city of confusion is broken down. The city of confusion is talking about America. Let's see if it says that here. Place of chaos, which is America, right? But the city of confusion is talking about America, because when you go into Babylon, it means Babal, meaning confusion by mixture. And this place is just a nation of confusion. All nations with their religions, their beliefs, their doctrines, all in one place. This place is confused. So let's talk about America. The city of confusion, right? America is broken down. Societal collapse, EMP, economic collapse, right? This place is just done. It just collapsed. The city of confusion is broken down also because of a pandemic, right? Same individual, Bill Gates, has stated in one of his past interviews that how the next pandemic, no one will be able to ignore it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Why is that? Right? City of confusion, Babylon, for an example, America. Right, it's about America. That no man may come in because of quarantines. Right, quarantines. A state, period, or place of isolation in which people or animals that have maybe been exposed to infectious disease are placed. Okay, all right. That, and because it's going to be like a war zone out here, civil war. All right, people, especially women, who who likes to travel, likes to be out and about, are not going to want to travel anymore, because people are going to be afraid. People are going to want to stay home, lock themselves up at home, right? Free access to travel. Free access to travel is going to be taken away. You're probably going to need some kind of credential to be able to enter a particular city, right? Particular town. Verse 18, right? So Manja says, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, right? Because of the pride of these Americans, taking matters into their own actions, right? Leaning upon their own understanding, right? Being emotional, being mundane, carnal. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's going to be looking like a damn war zone out here. Okay, worse than a third world country. Worse than how Hollywood presents their movies of a city being in trouble, looking like a chaos. It's going to be looking bad out here. All right? And it says, and men shall be afraid. How much more you women? All right? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity, right? No pity, right? No remorse, no love, no compassion upon his neighbor. Neighbor also means brother. All right? So a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? He's going to be cold-hearted, right? The love of many shall wax cold. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Think of the modern day sword as the gun, right? Firearms. And spoil you, right? Plunder, pillage, right? Take. When you go to that word pillage, you get to like rob, take by force, violence. And spoil you their goods, their resources, victuals, their daily bread, basic commodities, whatever these people are going to deem to be a resource, especially food, water, if they got strong drinks like alcohol, some wine, cocaine, drugs, nicotine products. Even women women are definitely known as to be a spoil in a time of war. Okay, so a lot of women are going to be taken too as a spoil for their goods because of the lack of bread. All right, people are going to be doing this because they're hungry. All right, there's no food here. All right, people want to be robbing their neighbors, people who they heard or know that has been prepping, who's been stocking up. They're going to be robbing their ass real soon. Even your next door neighbor, even your own family members. All right, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is what's coming to America real soon, man. That's about to be the new norm out here. People homes about to be the new ShopRite, the new Seatown, the new Kroger's, the new HAB, the new Walmart, the new Bodega. Right? People homes about to be the new stores for other people. All right, especially you people that has been ignorantly, stupidly, if that's even a word, but making videos of you prepping for the time they're coming into. People are going to be trying to look for you. It's like, I remember such and such on their YouTube or social media, how they were prepping for a long time. Let's go to such and such place and rob their ass. And those same people are going to be people that's supposed to be your own homeboys, your own family. All right. And also, civil war is going to take place too. People are trying to fight for power. Okay, even against the government. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2 in the KJV. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Talking about American against American. These Americans going against each other. And they shall fight every one against his brother. And every one against his neighbor. City against city. And kingdom against kingdom. So yeah. For an example, right, out here in Harris County. I wouldn't be surprised you're going to have Pasadena going against Friendswood. Friendswood going against Sugarland, Pearland. Going against Webster, Lee City, Galveston, Texas City, Deer Park, Bayshore, different parts of H-Town, you know, A-Leaf going against this street and this, all right? Dallas versus Houston versus Austin, Waco, Killeen, and the list goes on, man, all right? Hood against hoods, blocks against blocks, streets against streets, counties against counties. All right, you get the point here, right? Low willing. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, low willing. The lesson was edifying, playing upon the tables, and exhorting to the house of mourning, to the house of faith. All right. We're just in the beginning stages of people really getting ready to rise up against their government, which, you know, is already too late for that. Because when all hell break loose, these Americans are going to have a rude awakening that you already lost. Your country is destined to be destroyed by YAHAWAHSHI. So low one lesson was edifying, all right? So let's close out by giving a much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, KOLOIM LA, ABANAWA, ALAHAYA NAWA, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to you, sincere Akim, that's laboring in the works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa which will be you brothers and few among the sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth, listening and learning in silence as the scriptures say so. Shalom.
We, as the people in this country, we have a right to stand up and protest peacefully to allow and ensure that our voices be heard. It's time for them to understand and know that we understand the Declaration of Independence and that they are not doing their jobs, they are not keeping us safe, and they do not care about us, not one bit. The people that everyone in this country has put in office cares more about every other country and every other citizen around the world than they do us. And we've been letting them get away with it time and time again, year after year. Now, here we are again, this new spending bill. So everything that we have to live everyday life, guess what? It's going up again. People already can't afford to live in this country. That is sad. And here once again, more money going to Ukraine and everywhere. It's time, people. It's time, man. The Declaration of Independence gives us the right to do it. It says that we can do it. It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government. It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government.
It's time to start a revolution to begin the process to overthrow this government.